2025년 국제우주산업 콘퍼런스가 글로벌 우주항공 수도 경남 공존과 성장의 미래를 열다 경상남도, 진주시, 사천시 한국우주기술진흥협회 제경남테크노파크 많은 시청 바랍니다. 구독과 좋아요는 큰 힘이 됩니다.
엘레나 본부장님께서 준비를 해주셨습니다. 엘레나 본부장님을 무대 위로 모실 때 큰 박수로 환영해 주시기 바랍니다. 엘레나 본부장님은 스페이스허브 LT의 책임자로서 리투아니아의 우주 스타트업 육성과 글로벌 협력 허브 구축을 주도하고 계십니다. 오늘 발표의 주제는요, 리투아니아 국가 우주개발계획과 우주산업지원 정책에 관련된 내용입니다. 마이크를 넘겨드리도록 하겠습니다.
Dear participants of the conference, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor and a real pleasure to participate today at this conference and to talk to you at this session. I am confident that this occasion will serve as a valuable step towards deepening cooperation in space technology and innovation between Korea and Lithuania. I would like to sincerely thank Korea Association for Space Technology Promotion and Secretary General for inviting me to this remarkable event. Thank you very much for your work. Two months ago, in March, in collaboration with CAS, we organized the first ever Lithuanian-Korean space industry online workshop, allowing to better understand countries' capabilities and possible cooperation areas. It is a privilege to be here today as we continue to build bridges of friendship and partnership between Korea and Lithuania. I'm also extremely grateful to Lithuania's embassy in Korea and personally to Ambassador Mr. Richard Veslapavičius and his team for its dedicated efforts in promoting Lithuania's space ecosystem at the international level. And in the upcoming minutes, let me give a brief overview of Lithuania's space sector, its plans and ambitions, as well as some achievements. Lithuania's formal journey into European space industry arena started in 2010, when the cooperation agreement between the European Space Agency and Lithuanian government was signed. This was initiated by some bright minds from industry and academia, seizing the moment to foster cooperation on space innovations and technologies. A practical industry growth started with the first launch of two national satellites in February 2014, when two groups of students and scholars at Vilnius University and at Kaunas Technology University, together with dozens of other ecosystem players from industry, developed and launched satellites with an aim to test new technologies. Very soon, in 2015, Lithuania became ESA PEX member, which opened new opportunities for the industry to work with ESA and allowed to invest around 7 million into R&D activities of industry and academia. During those 6 years, 41 R&D projects was implemented, with the success rate of the program being 43%. In addition, two agreements on internships at ESA and NASA were signed, allowing student and graduate exchange, which resulted in 30+ students gaining valuable knowledge in space research and now continuing their careers in space industry in Lithuania. The biggest milestone so far achieved was in 2021 with ESA associate membership, opening even more industry opportunities, funding for space technology and innovation. Lithuania's associate membership will last for 7 years, and as a member, Lithuania participates in 3 optional programs in ESA and 1 additional one, and that creates a possible cooperation platform. Lithuania's annual contribution stands at 3 million per year, and now the discussions for the contributions after the Ministerial Council in November in Bremen are now ongoing in Lithuania. 2025 will be the year of the Lithuanian Space Industry Summit, which will be held in Vilnius, Lithuania, from 11 to 13 September 2025. The Lithuanian Space Industry Summit will be held in Vilnius, Lithuania, from 11 to 13 September 2025. Although Lithuania's industry and academia experienced a slow start in the first 3 years, with only 9 contracts with ESA in 2021-2023, in 2024 only 25 new contracts were signed, and in 2025 funding is already secured for 7 more projects, and activities will start soon. So you can see that we develop quite fast. The ecosystem itself is developing very fast in Lithuania. And it's also worth noting that industry and academia ratio is 80% to 20% in ESA activities, which is a significant improvement since the preparational period. In addition, ESA BIC Lithuania operates since December 2022 with 9 incubatees and already 1 alumni, and the results of the last selection to be announced this month. And at ESA BIC Lithuania, startups can receive a 50,000 euro grant for a two-year period, and you can see on the slide a bit more information about ESA BIC Lithuania. Now let me address an institutional landscape in Lithuania. So, Ministry of Economy and Innovation is responsible for space policy formulation in Lithuania, whereas implementation falls under the responsibility of Space Faculty at Innovation Agency, and I'm proud to be a head of Space Faculty. Our mission is to develop space sector and to prepare for full membership in ESA. The activities of my unit include pre-incubation for students, school children and startups, strengthening international relations with local and international events, national science exhibitions like Space Tech Expo and International Astronautical Congress, and also industry missions are also on our agenda. And this year, in autumn, you will meet Lithuanian industry at our booth at International Astronautical Congress in Sydney and Space Tech Expo in Bremen. So you are very welcome to meet Lithuanian companies there. Now, having in mind specificities and challenges of space sector, in 2022, the main space ecosystem players prepared Lithuania's space strategy. At the highest level, the vision is for Lithuania to become a provider of competitive space downstream services, as well as upstream products and technologies. Additionally, Lithuania shall become an integral part of ESA, EU, and other international space structures. To achieve the goal, Lithuania aims at developing space R&D, fostering international cooperation, educating its workforce, to name just a few. And finally, let me briefly address some of the results we intend to achieve in several years. The biggest ambition of Lithuania is to generate around 1% of GDP from space industry activities, to increase numbers of participating entities in ESA programs and Horizon Europe as well. We also intend to work intensively on fostering international relations in going on industry missions, signing cooperation agreements, and entering supply chains of large system integrators and primes. And we also aim at intensifying our efforts towards education and school children and students. I would also like to address here in my presentation space sector capabilities and potential as well. At first, Lithuania's capabilities lie in the development of infrastructure directly relevant to space sector. That is manufacturing on small and nano satellites, optical communication systems, space system software, technologies for in-space operations, components, optics and optoelectronics, and system engineering. And let me give some of the examples of the companies that operate. So I think the most known example is the company Kongsberg Nanoavionics, which develops small and nano satellites and propulsion systems and provides mission services, and as a small satellite mission integrator cooperates with ESA, NASA, and Thales Alenia Space and many others. And the company already launched 50 satellites and around the same number is in production for industrial and research missions. And in March, Nanoavionics announced that they secured a contract with US company Meridian Space, and the contract is worth more than 120 million. And the second example is company Astrolight Space, developing end-to-end dual-use laser communication system connecting satellites, ground stations, and future space networks. Just last week, a company closed a seed of around 3 million euro that will accelerate the development of the technology with the demonstration mission planned for 2026. Another example is Black Swan Space, which develops several autonomous systems, the first one being mission design simulator to simulate complex missions in real-time environment. Another system is software enabling satellites to perform complex maneuvers with the technology demonstration mission planned for 2027. And one final example is company Sensemetry, who develop innovative methodologies, products and services to improve and manage reliability, availability, maintainability and survivability of safety and mission critical systems. Lithuania's space sector capabilities also lie in the field of space-based data with intelligent farming services for end users and public institutions like National Payment Agency in Lithuania. And we have one project we are very proud of, led by OHB, and two of the companies, Lithuanian companies, Geomatrix and Creatus, are participating in that project. And now let me address the potential that we have in Lithuania. And I want to emphasize two aspects. First, laser technology sector is one of the strongest components of Lithuania's high-tech industry. Laser manufacturing sector, for example, has been experienced an annual growth rate of 15-20%, with laser products exported to over 100 countries. Laser technologies for communication, space situational awareness, and other purposes are key technologies of the near future. Therefore, it is essential to unlock industry potential in space sector as well. Another area where Lithuania's space sector potential lies in is life sciences. Currently, we have 3 companies developing biomedical sensors, working on space food and space medicine topics, with the later preparing for a mission at ISS with ESA support in first quarter of 2026. But there is definitely more potential in Lithuania in medtech and medical devices or biologics. And now let me very briefly explain some of our international activities. I think, yeah, the slide. So last year in May, Lithuania signed a 0 degrees charter. It's an initiative by European Space Agency aiming at space degrees mitigation. And also last year we joined Artemis Accords, and we are actively participating in creating EU space law, so we will see how the situation will develop. And I'm very happy that this year we signed a memorandum of understanding with Italian Space Agency, and very soon we will sign an MOU with Korean Space Industry Promotion Association. And let me conclude on a positive note by inviting Korean space ecosystem players to foster international collaborations with Lithuania. The first steps towards closer cooperation were made with the contract by Contec and Nanoavionics in 2021. And with memorandum of understanding by Contec and Astrolight in 2024. And I sincerely hope for closer cooperation ties between Lithuanian and Korean entities in the near future. I will stop here. Thank you.